What's up guys? Tier 2 is right around the corner and I want to go over some things you should be doing to prepare for it. A couple of these things are huge and I feel like a lot of people either don't know about it or they're just not realizing how big of a difference it can make. First is the Item Chance from Pal Synergies. Item Chance is a massive stat as it applies to things like open world dungeons and farming materials. These three you should already have done from leveling, and then this one I got about a month ago. I've definitely noticed an increase in drops since I got this one, and I'll tell you how you can start farming these right now. The cute VIP guest is the easiest to get and the first one you should start farming. You should already have Dark Shy Call from the Cursed Wasteland quest, and if you don't have Light Shy Call, you should be running Cursed Wasteland until you get it. The way to get Cutie Thwomp is the Ruins of Terrain Expedition. There's a small chance to get the bag, and then there's a 6.66% chance to get the Cutie Thwomp. Once you get that drop, there's another 1.5% item chance for you, and I can't stress enough how big of a boost this is for farming. Most of the final Amitoi you need to complete the other ones drop from world bosses. The important ones to attend are Adentis, Talus, and Cornelius, as they all drop Amitoi needed for these synergies. For this one, if you haven't gotten the Steel Fist or Fighter Dent Warp, you need to be running Butcher's Canyon or Cave of Destruction, so that you're ready for when the Loyal Fist Dent Warp drops from Adentis and gives you another 1% item chance. You should also already have 1 out of 2 for both of these synergies. This one comes from Cornelius and this one comes from Talus. I honestly can't believe the lack of players that I see at Cornelius. Like, it's great because it gives me a better chance to get it, but it shows me that a lot of people don't know about this. These three are a lot harder to get, so don't worry about it, but keep in mind that Eridus and Grand Aeolon will drop Amitoi for these as well. There are other synergies worth going for too, like Abyssal Contract Token Efficiency and Mastery Bonus. Check your PAL synergies and see if you have a 3 out of 4 or 1 out of 2 for these, and then click on the Amitoi and see where you can obtain it. Another thing a lot of people don't know is that there's a small chance to get Amitoi from simply gathering nodes like Moonstone or Wild Herbs, as well as opening Mystic Globes or Portals. So now that you know how to get some good PAL synergies, let's talk about Morphs. Besides the special event morphs, the morphs you obtain through in-game activities will give you 15 growth points towards your morph level. Having a higher morph level gives you significant stat increases for speed, acceleration, and stamina. You'll want to have at least level 4 dash and glide morphs, but the swim morph is less significant. If you don't already have the Ancient Talon or the Beak Diatrama from Temple of Slaughter and Island of Terror, then you should run those till you get it, and that'll give you an entire dash morph level. Some other easy ones you can get are from the world events, like Dark Destroyers gives you the Snow Cygnus, Talisman gives you the Emperor Eagle, so just check which ones you still need and go for a high placement in those. Generally the way to do it is to just AoE farm the whole time, and you shouldn't have a hard time placing high enough to get the morphs. There's also lots of side missions you can complete for easy morphs and Amitoi, so make sure to check your codex for any of these you're missing, like maybe the Common Raven from Akitu Valley or the White Cygnus from Daybreak Shore. Each one gives you half a morph level, so if you're missing one, you can go get it real quick for some easy growth points. Another thing you should be doing is blessing stacking your gear. There's a lot of blessing stacking videos out there, so I don't want to get into all the details, but basically you trait convert one of these and just start mashing blues into it to build up your blessing. Once you max out that trait, just convert it again and rinse and repeat until you have about 4,050 blessing on each piece of gear. This will save you Lucent when you're trading out your tier 2 gear, because the blessing you stacked will transfer to the tier 2 piece and you'll be able to use tier 1 purples to level up traits on tier 2 gear. I'll have a link to a blessing stacking video by Aragon in the description below. One of the most important things you can do, and I feel like I'm very good at, is making Lucent in-game. I'm currently sitting at 27k Lucent, and you definitely don't need this much, but try to get at least 5,000 stacked up before tier 2 starts. I check the auction house very frequently so I can gauge when prices are high or low, and I'll hoard a bunch of something if I think the price will go up. Back when tier 2 dungeons came out, I had around 40 purple and 60 blue accessory traits saved up in my storage. Since there was a bunch of new accessory drops, the price for accessory traits went up because everyone was trading out their new pieces. I sold all of it during that time and profited a lot more than if I had sold them as I got them. So keep an eye on the auction house and anticipate when certain items will be added to the game so you can plan for the right time to sell. Some advice I have is to set a rule for yourself on when to use extraction stones and enchanted ink. If a blue trait is only 10 Lucent, I won't waste the extraction stones on it, but if it's going for 14 or above, I'll go ahead and sell it. Same goes for purples, which I'll only sell if they're above 70 Lucent. Also, I'll only use my enchanted ink to lithograph a non-weapon item above like 400 Lucent. These are just my thresholds, yours may be different, but making rules for yourself ensures that you always have the materials to sell big ticket items. The prices for tier 2 items will be ridiculous when they come out, so make sure you have a good amount of extraction stones and enchanted ink ready so you can sell your tier 2 drops right as you get them and make a massive amount of Lucent. You can also make a decent amount of Lucent from cooking and fishing. Food is something everyone needs and the prices will reflect that. Find a high priced dish and spend an hour farming the ingredients and you're sure to have a few great successes to throw up on the auction house. I leveled up my cooking by mass producing healthy milk until like level 12 and then cooking the dishes that give the most XP for the least value of ingredients to get the rest of the way to 20. It's important to have a high cooking level so you can craft boss type foods and other powerful dishes which will give you significant stat buffs, and they're a must have if you're part of a competitive guild. If you're low on cooking materials, then you should level up your fishing first. There are a few different types of fish you can catch at various locations around Silicium. Find a spot and fish until you catch all the types that spot has to offer, and then switch to another zone and repeat. Check your fishing codex to keep track of where you still need to fish, and if you didn't know, you can even fish in the lava on Silius 5F and 6F too. Also make sure you have your rye bread food buff activated for an additional 15% fishing experience while you're grinding this out. The arena season will be ending with the release of tier 2, so if you want to grind ranked, you can get these beautiful PvP morphs for reaching 1700, 1900, and top 100. Besides looking sick, they also give 15 growth points for their respective morph type, and their OG Season 1 PvP morphs that not a lot of people will get, so it's going to be really cool to have these. We've got a few weeks until tier 2 releases in February, so make use of this time and save Lucent, farm runes, get Amitoi, level up morphs, cooking, and fishing, stack up a healthy amount of materials as well, like trade on lock, conversion, and extraction stones. Also enchanted ink, all your mats like rune leathers, magithread, ores, gems, and parchment. Make your character more valuable and set yourself up for success in tier 2. Thanks for watching guys, I hope this video was helpful. Let me know how I did and drop any questions, tips, or video suggestions in the comment section below.